Once again, it's on. Terrence Bud Crawford looking massive. Bulks up, not playing any games amidst rumors that he could fight none other than the guy you want to see him fight. Hey, stop that cat. Man down, Errol Spence Jr. That's what I want to talk about right here, right now, in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. SLC. Subscribe, like, and comment. Really in that order. That's how I grow the channel organically when you guys do that. Takes a few seconds of your time. Help spread the message on the road to 300K. We will get there, God willing. Now, Ego Weight Watchers, aka ILL, where I give you guys a look into the fighter lifestyle before, after, and progress pics, especially when they have an upcoming fight. Now, it's not 100% official or announcing, you know how boxing works, but rumor has it that Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford, they're getting close to striking a deal in the world of boxing to have an undisputed unification. Errol Spence has 3 belts. Terrence Crawford has 1 belt, the WBO belt. And I want to make this video, Ego Weight Watchers, aka ILL, often imitated but never duplicated. Boom. You see right there. This is a picture that Bud Crawford posted. And let me enlarge it for you guys. Yeah, go ahead, get that. Bud is in mean shape. He's in mean shape. And just from the eye test, he looks like he's added mass, like muscle mass. Now, this to me is not surprising because Bud seems to be very disciplined. He seems to be a gym rat. So over the years, this is what I think happened. When Bud was at 135, 140, let's say, he was a little bit younger, you know, a few years younger or whatever. And when you hit that 30 mark, it changes. Natural productions of certain things, like your metabolism slows, the natural production of testosterone typically slows, etc. So what happens is it's easier to keep or gain weight once you get to a certain age. And Bud, he's right about that age probably. Like I think he's 34, roughly 34 years old. Don't quote me on that. Roughly 34 years old. And, you know, he's a grown man. He's a grown man finishing his career. And I think he's had time to really acclimate to the welterweight division. Like Floyd Mayweather, the great, he had this interview, and I hope I can find it. But Floyd Mayweather, what he said was, it was legendary. But in this interview, Floyd said, moving up in weight, it's a process. And he really emphasized that it was a process, that it takes time. Like you don't just think you're going to move up. You have to have high level of skill and just move up. And you don't just think you're going to move up and, you know, guys are naturally bigger and stronger. You got to adjust to that and you got to acclimate to that. And I believe that, especially for boxing. I truly believe that. People have to understand boxing is a grueling sport. So this is not like a bodybuilding contest or a movie role. For example, you could see Michael B. Jordan or Chris Hemsworth and they get jacked for a role, but that's just to look good on camera. That's just for the aesthetics of the role. You're playing Creed with let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't no sunshine and rainbows. Me, hey, yo, Creed. You know, you're in a Rocky movie, or you're in the Avengers, you're Thor, you're Chris Evans in the Captain America series, things like that. So you just want to look swole on camera. So really, it doesn't matter how big you get and things like that, especially depending on the role. But in boxing, you have to, when you gain weight, you have to have functional weight, like the weight that you have, whatever weight you land on, it has to be functional. You have to put on the pounds, but then make weight on Friday. You got to put on the pounds and try to not lose your speed. You got to put on the pounds and be able to move the same without, you know, even I think an example was Wilder. If you look at his recent pictures, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh my God. I think his normal weight is what he looks like right now. But for the Tyson Fury, he knew Fury was going to come in like obese and, 300 pounds. So he bulked up and added all this size to him. And I think that was kind of his undoing, because his body is just not necessarily meant for all that weight for a competition. He's always been a strong guy, and he never really needed the additional pounds to produce like punching power and force. So even Wilder bulking up, I think it slowed him down. The muscles need oxygen and blood flow to work properly, right? So in Wilder's case, the muscles probably work to a disadvantage, right? So it's just really a process. That's why I can't stress that enough. It's a process, moving up in weight. And I think for Crawford, I think he's done it the right way, because at the end of the day, he's had 6 or so welterweight fights. So this is over the course of several years. What I wouldn't want to see is a fighter like Crawford, and then after the Jeff Horn fight, just immediately bulk up and start putting on all this size. I remember Robert the Ghost Guerrero, he kind of did that, where he was putting on a lot of pounds and doing CrossFit, and he just looked, because he started in the lighter divisions as well, and he was a featherweight or whatever, and he just kind of bulked up and was putting on the weight, but it wasn't going to make you stronger than Keith Thurman when he eventually fought Keith Thurman, and wasn't going to make you more skilled than Floyd. So I don't know if that was necessarily the right way, but I think Crawford has definitely done it in the right way. The other thing that I love is that on top of Crawford like acclimating over the course of years, is that he's just in shape, and the rumors are coming out that we may get this fight. So with that being said, that's all I can ask. I got a video coming about Errol Spence Jr. Hey, start that cat. Errol Spence is looking like he's in tremendous shape as well. Crawford's in tremendous shape, and I love to see that, because if the fight is announced, which it looks like it could be in the near future, both guys know the implications and what's at stake, and both guys are preparing their minds and bodies for that work. And that's what I like. That's what I love, actually. So good for Crawford. I never really understood the people who had a problem with Crawford being a welterweight, because he's immensely talented and skilled. And some people made it like Crawford's too skinny. See, again, a lot of people don't understand the scope of boxing. They're looking at the eye test, because Crawford, when he was at 35, 40, and when he first got to 47, he had more of a lanky, wiry, skinny type of frame. And people got bugged out like, oh, no, but I wasn't worried about that, because I knew he had the skills to get by. And then over time, he started to fill out, as you can see from this picture. Ego Weight Watchers, let me know how I did in this video. Hopefully the fight gets announced. I will continue to break it down and give you the best content in boxing, because I am the greatest when it comes to boxing in the digital space. But I like what I'm seeing from Crawford, per usual. Disciplined, student of the game, in his gym, staying in shape, mentoring the youth, all that good stuff. So hopefully they announce the fight. I definitely want to see it. Let me know how I did in this video. Ego Weight Watchers SLC. You guys got to subscribe. We're on the road to 300K, and we will get there, God willing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We got an Errol Spence video coming soon too, so make sure you be on the lookout for that. And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks, right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.